Well, hi there, Paddywhack. You are first, but I just talked to myself for a good 2 minutes. Forgot to hit the start stream button. So, Happy New Year. Sorry I didn't stick around for your stream. I didn't want to really engage with anybody. New Year's Eve has never been a really big deal to me. I mean, yeah, okay, a new year started, and I can understand why people around the world want to be all connected and excited and everything, but to me it's just, performative and pressure, and I don't like crowds, and I don't even like champagne, to be honest. And, and all the peer pressure. Oh, if you don't have someone to kiss at midnight or go home with if you're single, it's, whatever. But, yeah, Happy New Year. And we are off to a fucking bang. Yeah. I've been trying to work on my Canadian response script for the Venezuela shit, but it took a while for Carney to put out a bland statement today, basically just saying the same thing as the UK. We never supported Maduro, but we want international rules to be observed until true government can be blah blah blah. So yeah, that's how that went. And then of course the opposition leader Pierre Poilievre was jumping up and down and going, "Wee, congratulations, and down with socialism." And it's just embarrassing. But I'll put that all into my script. And I might have to go back to the Chud chats to get some of my edge back. I'm just so tired of being all upset and angry and overwhelmed. Christ almighty. He's out of his fucking mind, and if nobody can see that yet, then they're out of their fucking minds. Anyway, so they've been showing AI and other fake videos of crowds in Venezuela celebrating, when the reality on the ground is it's actually Maduro supporters out there more visibly, and other people just staying inside. They don't want to get involved in anything. Chris Mowry did a good video about that. Hang on, I got it here. Okay. Hang on. There it is. This is double speed.
The leader of the supposed America First movement in the United States, is now enacting regime change in Venezuela with U.S. forces there, the U.S. involved there, for an indefinite amount of time. And to watch some MAGA still support this is actually like mind-boggling. It's like every single day, it still never ceases to amaze me. However, once again, with like a lot of other issues we've seen, like inflation, like the economy, like immigration, like Trump's involvement in other areas of the world, some MAGA is splitting off. Some MAGA...
Just a sec.
is sick and tired and frustrated because this isn't what they voted for, which we tried to tell them. So I want to get into that in this video. Let's start with this post from Andre. I didn't vote for any of this. Bombing Venezuela won't stop the flow of drugs into the United States. Most of the drugs that are killing Americans are coming from Mexico and Colombia. This is about oil and replacing Maduro with a pro-Israel puppet, in Venezuela. Trump is Bush 2.0. This is literally how I'm starting to feel. I'm like, the America First movement that feels like it was founded off a lot of, this like anti-warmongering, we're not the neocons, if you will. They're now like Bush Republicans.
Hey,
and the thing is, going back before I get into some more posts here, This resurfaced on the internet just in the last 24 hours, going really viral. This is Tulsi Gabbard in October of 2025. Okay, think about this for a second. October of 2025, this is what Tulsi Gabbard was saying. Take a listen.
The old Washington way of thinking is something we hope is in the rearview mirror and something that has held us back for too long. For decades, our foreign policy has been trapped in a counterproductive and endless cycle of regime change or nation building. It was a one-size-fits-all approach of toppling regimes, trying to impose our system of governance on others, intervene in conflicts that were barely understood, and walk away with more enemies than allies. The results? Trillions spent, countless lives lost, and in many cases, the creation of greater security threats.
Casper!
The rise of Islamist terrorist groups like ISIS. President Trump was elected by the American people to put an end to this. And from day one, he has showed a very different way to conduct foreign policy.
I mean, I feel like every single day I just live in an upside down world. And somehow, some way, I just don't know how to describe this. It's like, I shouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't be, but yet somehow every day I am. Maybe surprised isn't the right word. I'm not surprised, but I'm stunned. I'm like, this cannot be. This cannot be happening. People are still not supporting this. But somehow they find a way. And don't worry, Marco Rubio was on ABC literally this morning as I record this, trying to bring the justification for this, and it'll make your head spin. We'll listen to it in 1 second. But I also found other posts on Twitter around this. I literally just searched, I did not vote for this. And these all coming within the last day. We did not vote for this. I will never vote GOP ever again. This is unconstitutional. Which, yeah, I think that there's an enormous amount of danger in the fact that, through this rising executive authority, through the kind of crumbling of our judicial system, frankly, we have now accepted the reality that the president of the United States can just go and capture, other foreign leaders and bring them back here and be like, well, I have the justification to do this because we indicted them. And I'm not here to defend Maduro. Maduro is obviously not somebody who's a democratically elected leader by any means, and he's an awful human and an awful leader. But the legal justification here is non-existent. It doesn't make sense, and you're going to hear Marco Rubio talk about it in a second. And you start to ask questions about how this affects our adversaries and the decisions that they make. China, Iran, Russia, are they just going to start doing this on a world stage as well? Start, increasing their military engagement in other countries and say, well, I mean, the United States is just enacting regime change. They don't even have to ask it. They don't have to acknowledge anybody. Frankly, the people in their own country think it's unconstitutional and nobody's doing anything about it. So why can't we? Can the next democratically elected president go capture Bukele, who's very pro-Trump in El Salvador? Bring him back here and say, well, I mean, we were allowed to do it because I just felt like it as the president. I don't think Republicans or many people would be very happy about that at all. This and other comments I found. No, I'm not a neocon, and I didn't vote for Jeb Bush. F this shit. Again, a lot of MAGA seeming to be very upset. Deb here, or Deborah maybe, saying you need to check yourself. We didn't vote for this. And again, this is just something like I searched like on Twitter. This has 1 like, but these are just, normal everyday Trump supporters, if you will. You need to check yourself. We didn't vote for this. Deborah, not very happy. And the thing is, the big MAGA accounts, the big Republican accounts, are just making shit up in order to justify this. And it is absolutely insane. This right here is an AI video. I'm going to talk about it in a second, but let me loop back to Marco Rubio on ABC this morning and his justification for this. It'll make your head spin. Take a listen.
This morning, President Trump was pretty clear yesterday. He said the United States is going to run Venezuela. Under what legal authority?
Well, first of all, what's going to happen here is that we have a quarantine on their oil. That means their economy will not be able to move forward until the conditions that are in the national interest of the United States and the interest of the Venezuelan people are met. And that's what we intend to do. So that leverage remains. That leverage is ongoing. And we expect that it's going to lead to results here. We're hopeful that it does. Positive results for the people of Venezuela, but ultimately, most importantly for us, in the national interest of the United States. We will no longer have, hopefully, as we move forward here, we'll set the conditions so that we no longer have in our hemisphere a Venezuela that's the crossroads for many of our adversaries around the world, including Iran and Hezbollah, is no longer sending us drug gangs, is no longer sending us drug boats, is no longer a narco-trafficking paradise for all those drugs coming out of Colombia to go in through the Caribbean and towards the United States. And obviously we want a better future for the people of Venezuela. We want them to have an oil industry where the wealth goes to the people, not to a handful of corrupt individuals and stolen by pirates all over the world. That's what we're working towards, and we intend to use the leverage we have to help achieve that.
Let me ask the question again. What is the legal authority for the United States to be running Venezuela?
Well, I explained to you what our goals are and how we're going to use the leverage to make it happen. As far as what our legal authority is on the quarantine, I'm very simple. We have court orders. These are sanctioned boats, and we get orders from courts to go after and seize these sanctions. So that's, I don't know, is a court not a legal authority?
So is the United States running Venezuela right now?
Well, I've explained once again, I'll do it one more time. What we are running is the direction that this is going to move moving forward. And that is, we have leverage. This leverage we are using and we intend to use. We started using already. You can see where they are running out of storage capacity. In a few weeks, they're going to have to start pumping oil unless they make changes. And that leverage that we have with the armada of boats that are currently positioned allow us to seize any sanctioned boats coming into or out of Venezuela, loaded with oil or on its way in to pick up oil. And we can pick and choose which ones we go after. We have court orders for each one. That will continue to be in place until the people who have control over the levers of power in that country make changes that are not just in the interest of the people of Venezuela, but are in the interest of the United States and the things that we care about. That's what we intend to do. The legal authority is the court orders that we have.
Okay, I'm sorry. There's two things there. Besides the fact that legal authority is court orders, what is he? What is that even? What are you talking about? I mean, it's just like such a garbage answer. And then him trying to suggest that like if there's a boat that's sanctioned, it's like okay, we're taking the boat, but he's not discussing any legal authority to actually be running Venezuela. That's number one. But number two, what an absurd. A mind-bogglingly absurd answer to the beginning, saying,
Jim.
well, we want what's in the best interest of Venezuelans. This is in the best interest of Venezuelans. When has this administration ever given a damn about anybody else that's not in the United States? You've been rounding up people for a full year, sending them back to wherever they may have been born. And when people say, just as one dynamic here, hey, I fled to the United States because I wanted a better life, they say, oh, we don't care. That's not our problem. You know, we have to focus on the American people. And now Marco Rubio is saying, well, we want what's best for the Venezuelans. If you're Trump supporter and you buy this, I don't know what to say. It's like there's no hope left. And the legal justification there, he's just like not answering the question. And again, you're watching the panic because the poll numbers for this issue specifically are not good. I mean, he's underwater 25, 30 points just overall on do Americans support military intervention in Venezuela? No. Republicans, Democrats, Independents? No. So what are we doing? We're posting on Twitter AI videos. AI. Venezuelans are crying on their knees thanking Trump and America for freeing them from Maduro. The people cry for their freedom, thanks to the United States for freeing us. This video is AI generated and is currently being presented as factual information intended to mislead people. And again, I'm not here to suggest that Maduro is a good person. I'm also not here to suggest that there are not Venezuelans who are happy about this. But in the United States, again, the America First crowd, this is the way they're drumming up support, making stuff up. And even if this stuff was true, it's crazy, again, to watch the crowd that has said, we only care about Americans. Everybody else in the entire world can go F themselves. We don't care. We need to focus on Americans here. Now saying that they're so happy that people are supposedly celebrating because, wow, look at just how amazing this is. We care so much about the Venezuelans. It's like, what is going on? This video from Nick Shirley, who you may know, maybe now very popular video around fraud in Minnesota that was pretty easily debunked. He posted this. Wait a minute, the mainstream media lied to us again. The people of Venezuela actually didn't like being ruled by narco-terrorists. World Cup style celebrations are erupting all across Venezuela. The problem is that this video depicts Venezuelan exiles celebrating U.S. capture of Nicolas Maduro in Miami, Florida. This is a video in the United States. It's like, we're just making shit up. We're just lying. AI videos, look at these celebrations. I've seen other people post celebrations saying, look at how happy people are. Thank you so much, President Trump. If you hate this, you're a loser. And it's videos from like soccer matches. The misinformation knows no bounds. And Nick Shirley being somebody who's right now, so much in the limelight, 129,000 likes. It's so gross. It's so disgusting. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments down below. I will keep you updated on this situation as we learn more from the Trump administration. Probably we won't learn much that's factual, but we'll try to, interpret and figure out what's actually going on. And if you enjoyed it, it would mean a lot if you hit like and subscribe on this video. It goes such a long way to support my channel. I appreciate you a lot.
Yeah, so there's a lot of there was a lot of pre-planning in how they were going to lay out all these lies and fake support for their action, manufactured consent and all that. So it's another banana war. James, never forget, beautiful weather grows leaves, many, many leaves. Good to see you guys. Yeah, what was that? There was a video, Mike, about France. I saved it in our chat for Political Drain. Hang on, I gotta find it because it was funny. It's gonna take a minute. Slow to load, but anyway, yeah. Well, weather-wise here, we did get snow. It stuck around for a few days, but it's gone again. As far as the temperature, it's okay. I don't know what it is. I have no clue, but it's not freezing. Just a second. Where's this France thing I saved? Oh, come on. Talk amongst yourselves. I gotta clear out a bunch of this stuff. Did you see that one, Casper, that I posted in there somewhere? Or somebody, I forget who volunteered France to go in. taking a long time to scroll all the way up. We finally cracked 40K over on Political Drain this week, thanks to a bunch of experimental stuff Doug was doing. And we've got a plan on how we're going to move forward to try and overcome the suppression of the algorithms and such. Almost got it here. $420-ish. Woot! My gummies are just kicking in. Oh. I can't find the France thing. Oh, hell. It's lost forever. But I have a couple other good funny videos to share. Oh, there you got it. I can't. Damn it, I have to hang on. Gotcha. You're the best, Casper, I swear. You're a quick draw, McGraw. You guys are probably just already watching the link she shared. But after all this work, I've got to show it. 2. As soon as I can grab it. Hang on. Don't forget to hit that like if you love me. Yeah, Carney's response was disappointing, but hopefully they've been in talks, high-level talks, strategy meetings, even before this happened this weekend, on how to respond behind the scenes. Stephanie! Hello, hello, hello. Okay. France. Lots of trains going past these last couple of weeks. Wonder what that's about. Carney's tiptoeing, right, Mike? Trump believes South America should belong to America, and so I told Muppet on Muppet Channel, so Alabama was Venezuela. Okay, here it is. Yeah, this is the one. No, that's not the one I was looking for. The one I was looking for was actually a funny video about France. This is, yeah, this is the Brits and France heading to Syria to knock out IS. The buffering is because of the train, sorry. 2/3 of you wankers don't love her. Yeah, there's a lot going on with this, and everybody's on edge as to where it's going to head next, if it's going to turn into more, which it likely will. You can't stop a guy who's unstoppable until you do. Can't stop, won't stop. I'm still looking for that damn other video, because it was funny, but I have another one saved up in my documents. So I guess nobody's seen old Dave yet. Geez, I hope he's okay. Maybe he's working on moving closer to be with his family now. I don't know. If any of you have heard from him, please let me know. Pierre Poilievre's response was just a second. Okay, which one is this? Do 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 do. Fergus is ensconced in his basket. I fed him before I went live. And he's been having lots of treats from Christmas. Ugh. Is this the right one?
I was just at Mar-a-Lago where President Donald Trump held a...
No, I grabbed the wrong one. Okay. I never get any better at this, do I? Pierre Poilievre's personal assistant explains why he supports Trump. Come on. Still loading. There we go.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to see you all here on a weekend because the President of the United States started bombing Venezuela and kidnapped its leader at 2 a.m. last night. More importantly, I am here to clarify a tweet made by Mr. Polyev this morning stating, congratulations to President Trump on successfully arresting narco-terrorist and socialist dictator Nicolas Maduro, who should live out his days in prison. Down with socialism, long live freedom. Now, to state in no uncertain terms, Mr. Polyev supports Donald Trump in this war because socialism is bad, freedom is good, drugs are scary, Trudeau is mean, and bring Canada home. That's what he gave me. Now, as Mr. Polyev stated, Maduro was a narco-terrorist. And so Mr. Trump was right to kidnap him and his wife in their bed last night. We can all agree that narco-terrorists are bad, right? That's why, a month ago, Mr. Trump pardoned former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez, a man who helped facilitate one of the largest and most violent drug trafficking conspiracies in the world. So, that makes sense. We cannot support authoritarians who hurt their own people. And that is why Mr. Polyev supports Donald Trump, a man who would never do that. Now, a lot of lawmakers and politicians are saying that Mr. Trump's actions were illegal and violate U.S. and international law because he didn't ask Congress for permission to go to war with Venezuela, something he is required to do. And to those very credible statements, Mr. Polyev says, there's nothing written here. I'm so sorry. That's embarrassing. I'm sure he will address that very soon. Maybe in another tweet. Now, at the end of the day, the question Mr. Polyev wants the liberal media to ask is, when has the U.S. forcing a regime change in an oil-rich foreign country after labeling their leader a terrorist ever gone badly for anyone? He can't think of an example. But that might be because they can't tell him because of the whole security clearance thing. He also wants you to ignore the fact that Canada is also full of oil, and Donald Trump has been threatening to make us the 51st state for almost a year. Oh my God. I will not be taking any questions about this. I will be taking several sleeping pills and disassociating until Monday. Oh, and, right. If Mr. Trump is watching, Mr. Polyev would love to take you out for McDonald's sometime and pick your brain about government coups, if you're not too busy with the Epstein files. Thank you. Hi. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you didn't, I look forward to reading about it.
That's Claire Blackwood. If you want to go follow her, I've just discovered her myself. Oh, I can't post. Oh, I have to post it over here. There's her channel link. So, James, I see Australia might be completely cashless by 2030. Cash-free society. Hey, Fergus, you decide to come say hi? Hey? Oh, yeah. Hello. That was Sherry? Okay. Well, I don't know what else to share. I have really nothing to say today. Just going with whatever I can find. It'll be cashless by Saturday, Mr. Wallet's already in therapy. Yeah, Casper, nor do I, but I personally have not used like paper money or coins in at least a decade or more, unless I've absolutely had to. Paul, Happy New Year to you, my dear. You and the missus. Oh, and that reminds me, there was a bunch of stuff about Times Square being practically barren on New Year's Eve due to lack of tourists and a lot of people just staying home for whatever reason. Hang on. Where did I watch it? They were expecting 1 million, but I think they got substantially less than that. Is it Jay Reed? Four days ago, crowd storm and pushed down. Okay. Well, there's conflicting reports about whether Times Square was empty or not. Maybe it was just the time of day and they were just doing it for the clicks. Let's see if I can find what the one I watched. Because you can't trust anything these days. Oh, it's not coming up easily. Sorry, I got stuck in a track and I have to find what I was doing. Jay Reed, I think is his name. Scrolling. Okay, here it is. But even he was not sure of what to believe. Is anybody here or there? Was anybody on the ground in New York City on New Year's Eve in Times Square? Jim's buddy is a HOA president of a community in Sarasota. 40% Canadians. More than half of properties are for sale. Ruh-roh. Yes. Very true.
I'm in absolute disbelief that I'm walking here on Broadway towards Times Square and there are no spectators.
Look, I'm going to show y'all something. There's nobody around these people. They're recording for TV. Look. They're down here like, come on, come on.
Yeah, but that
Cheer louder.
looks like
Cheer
morning.
more. And then you're going to see this on TV and you're going to think that there's like a billion people down here. But look, there's really not. I'm in absolute disbelief that I'm walking here on Broadway towards Times Square and there are no spectators. Empty. Look, the screen. Usually you have people here watching the screen. Empty. Empty. Unbelievable. Absolutely empty. Look, nobody's like watching the screen. They have all these screens. Oh my God. Oh my God. Unheard of. Late show. Where are all the people?
Now, to give context of this video right here, she started recording at 9:20 p.m. at on New Year's Eve, guys. And this is insane. And this is why people are saying that tourism is down all over the United States. And so many reports are coming out around, the internet, all over it. It's going viral all over the internet where New York was pretty much empty. Now, I've watched the Today shows on New Year's Eve, and, I watched the on TV, and it looked pretty packed to me, right? But when you watch things on TV, when you watch things on the internet, whatever, companies can make it seem like it is more busier than what it really is in that time. You can get good angles or whatever the case is. But when I see this and I see emptiness, just people standing around, it shows to defer in other situations. But this is just what New York looked like. I mean, this is the video. Don't take it from me. Just watch the videos that I'm going to show you in today's segment, guys. It is crazy.
No spectators. This is breaking news. This is breaking news. We're coming down to 53rd Street right now. The police said they didn't, they were supposed to open security up on 56, but they're not gonna open because the south areas have not filled up yet. So we're crossing 53rd, 52nd, empty, unbelievable. Yes, if you wanna come, listen, it's empty. Here, you just watch through the screen, but in previous years, this whole area would have been full with spectators. Look, there's a huge screen. The screen is here for a reason. It's here for the people who want to celebrate and cannot go all the way down. But there's no people. There's nobody. Oh my God. It's like the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone. We're getting to 52nd. Wow. There's a first time for everything. Crossing 52nd. And on 51st, we see first signs of spectators. All the way down on 51st. So, if you want to come, you won't have a good angle on the pole, but you'll have a good angle on the screen. Angle on the screen, so you can come during the party.
Yeah, I don't want to play the entire 11-minute video, but yeah. But there were some other views like this. Why do people do this? Why?
Okay, which way do we go? Which way? This way.
Oh my goodness.
somebody let me know in the comment section below. What is the rush? Why is people just running through the city right now? Is it just to get in line for something? Like, is there free, like, houses and free cars or something given away throughout the city? Like, what is going on? This is insane. And, you know, I mean, yes, it is a large group of people here right here in this video, but at the same time, you know, what does this truly mean? Does this mean that a lot of people just came early and just left? Or does it mean that these is all the people that really showed up to the entire event? What is it? Y'all let me know in the comment section below, because the reports are showing over otherwise.
Patty Wax, I was just showing some scenes from Times Square in New York City on New Year's Eve. Yeah, so it looks like they didn't get 1 million people. And people are rushing to get to the stage when there's nobody else for miles. Oh, is she out tomorrow? Oh, and so they're back. The house is back tomorrow. There's a lot of shit that's going to be happening tomorrow, for sure. Whew. The fun never stops. Yeah, so tourism. Okay, snowbirds are selling their homes. Oh, now they're saying flights out of Caribbean will resume. Oh. Snowbirds trapped in Florida. Housing market won't let them leave. Yeah, there's a few stories about billions down the drain. I shouldn't laugh, but I can't help it. Here it is.
If you think Canadian snowbirds are just taking a break from the US this winter, you are missing the real story.
The rhetoric on trade has certainly, I think, offended Canadians. That leads to, I think, over 500,000 jobs in Florida that are directly contributed to that economic presence of Canadian snowbirds.
Because this is no longer just about Florida. It's not just about politics, and it's definitely not temporary. What's happening right now is a structural shift in where Canadians spend their money, retire, vacation, and even buy property. And today I'm going to show you why this trend is accelerating, why US airlines and resorts are quietly panicking, and why Canada's absence is being filled not just by Americans, Before we get into it, please hit subscribe so we can get to our goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Tap the like button, and if you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee. Link is over there. Now let's talk about what's really going on. I've already done 2 videos on Canadian snowbirds pulling back from the US. At first, many said it's the exchange rate, it's inflation, it's just a bad year. But what we are seeing now goes far beyond that, because when snowbirds don't just delay trips but cancel them entirely, when they don't just rent less but stop buying homes altogether, and when airlines reroute planes away from the US to other regions, that's not a pause, that's a pivot. Let's start with the most honest indicator in the travel industry: airlines. Airlines don't guess, they don't do politics. They follow money and demand. And right now, Delta Airlines has announced 11 brand new routes, not to the United States, but to the Caribbean and Latin America. Think about that. Instead of doubling down on Florida, Arizona, or Nevada, they are expanding into the Caribbean, Mexico, Central America, South America. Why? Because North American travelers, especially Canadians, are redirecting, and airlines are adjusting in real time. This is not coincidence. This is consumer behavior changing flight maps. Now here's where it gets interesting. According to reports coming out of Vancouver Island and resort operators, Canadian snowbirds are cancelling US trips and filling resorts in Mexico, the Caribbean, and island destinations instead. And many of them are saying something that really stands out: we feel more welcome. That matters because snowbirds aren't backpackers. They are retirees. They are long-term renters. They are people who stay weeks or months, not weekends. When they choose a destination, they bring consistent spending, long stays, repeat visits, real estate interests. And those dollars are now flowing away from the US.
No, Patty, I didn't. Yeah, James. It's curious, isn't it? Okay, let me see. Was it today, Patty? I don't think so. It's not coming up on YouTube. Hey, Gloria. Good to see you. Huh. Jet was there about 8:30 a.m. and left around noon. Here's some moose interacting with cats. How did that come up? Those are just baby mooses. There's something on Facebook that popped up. Just left a day ago. Just left Guantanamo Bay. Is Maduro on there coming to USA? Believe it's the FBI prisoner transport plane. Well, whatever he was on, it landed in New York. So I assume that's what you were referring to. Or your friend. James is waiting for Orlando Hernandez to be appointed ambassador to Venezuela. Maybe they took him there first before New York. Yeah, well, maybe. Glad you just have deer there, yeah. I've yet to see a live moose. Well, I did see one once, but it was a sick old moose, elderly or wasting away from some sickness. It was very skinny, and it was actually in a graveyard cemetery, standing there, looking very sad. I was on a school bus at the time. Crispy Gnome got a stuffed dog for Christmas. R.I.P. Sarah Hucker Beast. They certainly are, Patty. Yeah. Yep. They're big fellers. I was watching a documentary about they found an even older human settlement in North America than they'd ever thought imaginable, and probably was left so intact due to a volcanic eruption. And they actually found evidence of an extinct camel. So that proved they were able to carbon date that, or however date that, back to like eight or more thousand years before they had previously thought, maybe longer, and other evidence of sophisticated tools and stuff. It was interesting. And they didn't necessarily live in a very nice climate either. Anyway, it is almost 5 o'clock, and I have work to do yet. I gotta get my Canadian Drain script tightened up and get it out there for Doug to edit and upload. Oh, are you going live tonight? Okay, it's 5 o'clock here now, so it's, what, 6 o'clock or 7 your time? I always get confused. 9 p.m. Central, I think that's 7 p.m. my time. I'll try to make it, but I really got to get this Canadian Drain video up there. It's been a while. Doug gave us way too much time off. All right. Take care, everyone. Take care, everyone. I love you. See you tomorrow.